Hey everyone. So the old Ethernet's getting a little messy, ain't it? With the Shane Dawson, trishapaytas, Ryland whole situation. Why are y'all so surprised that all these things are coming out about Shane and Ryland? Y'all do realize Shane is the same person who was going to trick Jake Paul into thinking that Katie Morton was his producer. So Shane and Katie could go into the other room and analyze Jake's behavior behind his back. You don't remember that? Okay, well, let's just go back in time for a minute.
Is going to be kind of fake, so I came up with a plan. And it sounds really shady, and I've never done anything like this before. The plan is, I'm going to have Katie, the therapist, pretend to be our producer. And she is going to be with us the whole day, watching, listening, analyzing Jake's body language, seeing what he's like when the camera turns off, and then throughout the day, she's going to kind of take me in another room. So Jake will have an idea, and we'll go into the other room, and I'll just be like, how's it going? What do you think? Well, first of all, let me say this. Jake specifically has told me over and over and over again, like, literally whatever you want to do, Shane, like, I trust you, I just want this whole thing to be real. So I feel like he would be okay, right? I'm going to tell him afterward, and if he's not comfortable with it, I won't upload it. So
if he's not comfortable, I won't upload it. After he tricks him into thinking that a licensed professional therapist, Katie Morton, who has a master's in psychology from the Pepperdine University, she is a marriage counselor, a marriage therapist. Now, he's going to trick Jake into thinking that Katie is just his producer because Jake, wouldn't know this is Katie, who has been all over the internet for some time, Then he says, if Jake's not comfortable, I won't upload it. If he says he's not comfortable, I won't upload it. Then they come back to here and they say this.
Invite them in basis.
If there's a camera, in his face and we're talking, he still won't be able to turn off.
Anything that they let slip is going to come back and bite them in the ass.
How's that when you just said that if Jake Paul doesn't like it, you won't upload it? But then you say anything they say, if they lie, it's going to bite them in the ass. But you just said over here, if Jake Paul doesn't like it, I won't upload it. So if Jake Paul had lied, he wouldn't let you upload it. And if he didn't like it, you wouldn't upload it. Shane is a liar. Why couldn't people see this? Why is it so surprising to everyone? Why is it shocking you that all of this is being brought to light again on Shane? I don't understand why people are having such a hard time believing this. This the same guy who was sitting here going around trying to say, is this person a sociopath? Is that person a sociopath? Meanwhile, he planned on secretly and having a licensed therapist with a master's in psychology pretend to be a producer and trick Jake Paul into thinking that she was a producer so they could secretly analyze Jake Paul's behaviors. After talking to every enemy of Jake Paul, yet every one of those enemies didn't want Jake to feel offended because they were going to be in the video and they didn't want to be saying anything behind his back. You see what I'm saying here? Then you go and you think about Katie's page. On October the 3rd, this video was shared. The enemies of Jake Paul, okay? On Shane Dawson's channel. Then, on October 29th, Katie shared a video called The Mind of Shane Dawson. That was October 29th, 2018. Okay? If you don't understand what I'm trying to tell you here, Shane is all about the money and the views and using all these people to get content, just like Katie. Katie did the same thing with Eugenia, with Shane, with Jake. You go to her channel and it's the same thing. In the same month, they're sharing videos about each other. Then Shane, Eugenia, and Katie do it. They all use each other to get content. And they have their audience believing that they're actually trying to help. Really, you're actually trying to help. by tricking Jake Paul into thinking that a licensed therapist is a producer, so he'll act like his real self in front of everybody, then turn around and say, well, if he doesn't like the video, I won't upload it. Then turn around later on in the video and say, well, if they lie, it's going to bite them in the ass. How? When you just said, if Jake Paul doesn't like the video, I won't upload it. It's lies. Lies and lies and lies and more lies. So then when Trish comes out with this video, everyone acts so shocked. It's like, whoa, I can't believe that. I just cannot believe that she would say this.
Like, he threw shit out. I spent thousands of dollars, like, threw my shit out. Like, told people I was on drugs. Like, said there's a balcony to jump. And I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, if there's a balcony to do it. And they knew all this. They knew all this. And so Ryland's straight up just lied. Just so much bullshit on this podcast.
She's physically unnerved right now. So why are people having such a hard time? You know it's full of bullshit because they've had Jeffree Star on there. You know it's full of crap. You can see Shane trying to make a little comeback. You know it's full of crap. You know Shane and Ryland both, everything they do is for the views and for money. They can't sit here and judge Team 10 House. They can't judge anyone when they're doing just as bad and turning on their own friends after using their own friends for content. They are no better. So I don't know what more it's going to take for people to believe, but I mean, just look at the facts.